Good morning here, back in the 2019 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Graz, Austria. I'm here with Lorena Bianchi and now we're going into the game Spain against Canada.
Good morning, everybody. Please give us feedback if you can hear Thomas' microphone well. I can hear, it was today. It's always that the microphone that is a little bit low in volume, so let us know if we need to adjust that. I'm putting my, there. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you,
Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Okay. Starting into the game here, Spain against Canada. Spain here coming to the ball a bit first, but Canada with the recovery.
This is a game for the places between 9 and 14. Okay, These teams did not classify for the quarterfinals, so for the people at home, so they understand a little bit, it's a lot of teams, and so you understand the system of classification for the final position. Okay, so thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you for all the good positive feedback and for the constructive critique. There's room for improvement, we know that. Okay, we have Spain on position of the ball in a counter-attack, and we have 2 on 2. Let's see if they can do something. They're waiting for the rest of the team to arrive, and they're doing a good job by keeping the ball, but the Canadian team is good in position. And now we have the attacker had got it. Okay, we have now the wrong camera. Already we are. We have the whole Canadian team defending, trying to recover the ball and successfully doing it. Now they're in a counter-attack. You need to pass it. In this case, when you have a counter-attack, you need to have your mate like a little bit farther ahead, not behind, because then it's difficult to see when you pass back. You have the risk that this happen. The opposite team trying to exactly.
Gotta practice it.
Yeah.
Now Spain back on the pads here on the Canadian basket. We see just one Spanish player here trying to be ready to move on to the basket, but now the basket is empty. Spain going for only for the steal, but can't steal the way to the shotting here. But the defense for Canada in place already. We can.
I think that was a little bit pushy without
shopping. Because the defender was kicking, but the player on the basket was
shopping. Yeah, was
and
one
it's
of
the holding without the ball.
Yeah.
Huh. There wasn't
third
there
one. There's always more perspective than two. That's the lesson out of
something else. All right, free throw for Canada though.
0-0, 13 minutes to go.
Was called as holding hot
and the second half. Let's see.
Canada now with the free throw in the middle of the pool, trying to press forward. Isabella Bernard
it's a pity,
here,
they lost the ball there.
Spanish number 15, Ana Escobar. We're back into double name territory.
But you're doing very, very good. We have now one of the Spanish right under the goalie, grab it from the neck, and great goal. Very well executed, number 3
for Spain.
This is Elia Santamaria.
Well done.
Very good.
Knackled here, pulling her away. Can't react properly, and there's a score for the Spanish.
Perfect. Very well done.
Play number 3.
Let's see now if Canada can recover and start attacking more towards the Spanish basket. Sometimes some teams need one score to wake up. I know it because normally my team needs that. So I speak for experience. It's not the best way, but you know, it's the hard way.
Adriana Sales-de-Barros trying to get in onto the Spanish basket, but being stopped by defense and forechecking. Canada trying to recover the ball, but dropping downwards, getting picked up by defender number 33, Irene Rodriguez for the Spanish.
I'm wondering.
Now counter-attack here by Spain. 3 players moving forward. Mariola Rubiales now well positioned here underneath the basket. Number 83, Giovanna Rodriguez.
I was trying to see when was the last time Canada played. That was yesterday at 5 against Austria 14-0. It had been an exhausting match for them, so I wondered if they had recovered. I cannot find what was the last match of Spain, because now is when the exhaustion starts kicking in a little bit.
Spain was against the US, wasn't it?
I think so. Now, let's see. I don't find it. Maybe Turkey, but that was the day before yesterday.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah, Turkey. They had a break for a day.
Yeah. So that means Spanish team is more rested than the Canadian, and that could
Definitely.
also be a factor.
Those break days on a World Championship tournament like this can quite often make a huge difference. You have one day entire day off, you just do a bit of swimming, keep your muscle tone in check,
but don't have the
can
stress
relax
of the game.
for more than 24 hours, no stress. You can eat properly.
Yeah.
Now Spain here in the defense, but Spanish forecheckers pushing the Canadians back quite easily, and then there's risky passes here by the Canadians. We can see here by the strong, quite often by the stronger teams, that forechecking from a team with 2 to 3 players is often enough to close down the room so much that passing is becoming impossible for the weaker teams, because the positioning is off by a higher margin than the stronger teams. So they're usually off by a meter or 2 away from each other, so out of passing range. While the good and strong teams, they stick together, they stay 1.5 meter away from each other to have quick and secure passes. And especially for the female club teams, that's a problem, because the female passing requires a lot of strength for the ball. That's normally harder for the women than for the men.
The ball flies a little bit less. I mean, the men have more power in their pass. That's
except for Norway.
Correct. Yeah.
Now the counter attack for the Spanish, but
that's a pity. You know, that's just the one player. It would be better if more could come a little bit earlier than now. Now they arrived, but it took a second too long, and sometimes that that second
the basket, trying to set up a screen. Well done, moving in. She's dropping down the ball to the bottom, but a little bit late. Was holding onto the ball for a bit too long. Could have dropped it down a bit sooner to create a pressing chance here. Carolina Vilava, do you want to give me the little name checks again?
Yes. Yes. Now I was checking that. Remember that the Spanish. Oh, okay, a counter attack. Oh, that's a pity that she lost the ball.
Number 8 for the Spanish. Lina Batista, the captain.
Sorry.
Passing to number 93, Carolina
Villalba.
Yeah.
Remember that the Spanish team got one of the players with a dislocated shoulder in the last match against Turkey, and they lost 3-0. So that had been a very emotional and a stressful match for them. Aida is well and recovering, but she can't really play because the shoulder is still too injured for that. So. Okay, so I put all the commas, so
yes,
Thomas can
safe
read.
Second name territory here.
Just to remember the audience, the last appearance of the Spain women in the World Cup was Helsinki 2011, and they made the 7th place. And Canada has the first appearance in a World Championship.
UWR in the Rugby Zone, the current can't hear us. Can anybody hear us? I hope so.
You can't hear us?
Mike's
Let's
again. Volume's low, but we've been turned up already.
Okay, let us know of. Let me see. I can write here.
Now back into the game. Here's Spain versus Canada. Spain leading by 2 points here over the Canadians. 6 minutes played in the first half. Canada not trying to move forward. Very difficult to move away and through the game, through the field here. Being blocked by the Spanish forechecking immediately.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Canada is coming towards the Spanish basket. Slowly, but I think again, I mean, the game from yesterday is still in their bodies. They're holding the ball. They're taking a little bit too long time. But now they're coming in. Some of the players need a little bit more longer recovering, you know, in the surface.
You also see defensive positioning here by the forwards, having the legs facing the opposing basket rather than their face, so they have to turn around to start an attack onto the Spanish goal, taking them away 1.5 seconds here, which is often crucial to be in a good position prior to your opponent. But the Spanish defense sitting in place properly.
Yes, I mean, and Canada is having difficulties to have longer than 2 waves in attack, and they're now lost the ball in the second wave. Now we have a counter-attack with 3 Spaniards, and that's, you know, risky. We have the 2 defenders in place, but number 4 is grabbing the goalie, pulling up,
to go in,
got tackled away.
Ball downwards. Number 20, Iris Balsa.
And the defender, great catch from Melanie Nicole McDonald. And we are in the corner. Spain recovered the ball and is trying to start an attack again. We have 2 players, 93 and 20. Let's see if she can pass the ball, but great recovering by number 29, Adriana Rodriguez. But being tackled by 3 Spaniards. That was a pity that the defender should have freed themselves faster from the basket in order to move that ball away. That's super, super vital. The role of the defenders in this case.
The basket. There's the pass underneath the back of the goalkeeper, but well defended here by the goalkeeper, Elizabeth Girard.
What great save by number 15, right? Yep. And 49 now took in position. It looked like the shoulder is a little bit inside the basket from here.
Quite often it's just with the back.
Yes.
But sometimes it's not.
Oh,
no goal.
Oh, great! That was fantastic.
That
was really great. I mean, who is she?
Well,
we couldn't see the name. The number 7. That was Chancy Marlene Trottier. That was really, really a great save. That would have been almost a sure goal because the basket was empty. And a lot of defenders sometimes don't realize when the goalie maybe left or something happened. And she was very attentive. She really grabbed the ball in the moment where the attacker was just losing it to make the goal. It's that moment where you get the ball like that, and it's a difficult timing to achieve.
Usually, if you're the attacker, you just don't go for the basket. You grab the defender and
yes, exactly. Well, if you are experienced, but sometimes, look, when you are in a lack of air and you are in this tunnel, just like, oh, the goal is empty, and then you go for it, and you forget the rest of the world. And that's happened to all of us. That happened to me too. And then you do it, and I'm like, next time won't happen. But every now and then it still happens, depending. How my brain is working.
Spain moving on to the now there's a shoulder in the basket. There's more for most certainly.
Yeah.
No advantage given by the referee here. Interesting.
No, but you know, I also have to say there's a difference between, you know, shoulder in the basket and being is it like a wedgie, you know, and shoulder, but shoulder in the basket because you are rotated, but then you don't have any benefit, and there's a big difference, and some referees just do a penalty when your shoulder is in the basket just because you rotated, even though you are not having any benefit. And actually, that's not the problem. The problem is just getting stuck with your shoulder. So this is something that still needs to be looked through. I mean, and to have more homogeneity among the referees, I have the feeling.
Sorry there.
Okay, so what happened?
Called by the referees. Approximately 5 minutes ago in the first half.
Grab on the mask, apparently.
What free throw?
Free throw for the white team. We have about 200 people viewing.
Warning, blue number 5.
Warning, number 5, Ingrid Arias from the Spanish woman because of attacking the mask of one of the Canadian players. Okay, Canada is in possession of the ball. They need to
Emma
have that
Hermansen trying to
PlayStation
move the ball
faster.
forward.
Great pass.
Good pass here from 21 Chalina Alzaga.
They need to be a little bit more assertive and aggressive when they do the attacks, otherwise they won't.
It's problematic for them. If you don't get the players on the water and you don't have the waves coming and you have troubles passing, then it's a total different game. So
Yeah. And you know, it's 2-0 for Spain, so Spain doesn't need to do much here. They just need to stay in position and block the attack, like, because you know they didn't have really risky situations so far. So Canada needs to be a little bit more visish, feisty in a way, but in a positive way.
assertive,
Assertive, yep.
maybe.
But again, they played
Should be
yesterday at
confident,
5, so
confident.
you know that's.
Just go in, show confidence, show that you want to go in, stress
We
the
have
opponent's team.
counter-attack, 3 Spanish players, but we have 3 Canadians defending. The captain is at the goalie and was pulled away, but
Away from
oh,
there's the
okay,
attack,
great
counter
fast
attack.
pass downwards, and then from that was number 2 or 20. It is. It was number
Blue
20.
team scored
Yeah.
by player number 20.
It is Valcázar. That's the Spanish audience there, the male team supporting the girls. They need to show the ball, and now Canada starting.
Now back here into the middle of the pool. Canada trying to move the ball forward, but very difficult against French project. But they're holding foul called, but referees.
Holding without the ball, and free throw for Spain.
Holding blue free throw.
All right. Let's see. No, wait, wait. Okay, she has to go back. She was not in the middle, so now she's in proper position. And now we have the free throw. And number 11 is swimming toward the open side of the Canadian basket. Pass it to number 3 that's going toward the right side. And we have 2 other, okay, now 1 Spanish right under the goalie, number 15 of Canada. They're passing the ball, and now we have a first attack to the head of the goalie. Didn't result, and now I can see the ball. This is still in possession of Spain.
A player placed underneath the basket, well pushed up here, but the goalkeeper can move in between. It was Carolina Villalba.
Alba.
Still my first game, I'm sorry.
No. You're getting better and better, Thomas. You will be fluent Spanish speaking.
Yet again, moving in, but being tackled here by the Canadian forward. Closing down the space in front of the basket, but the ball still in possession for the Spanish.
Yeah,
now
and Spain
moving in again.
can take its time, you know, doesn't need to risk anything,
Yes.
losing the ball. They have 3-0, so they're doing very good. They're swimming, they try, the test, it doesn't work, they go out and start again. So this is the way that Canada should do it again. Yeah.
83, Giovanna Bautista, but cannot execute here in the end.
We have the trainer of Canada here giving some direction from, and the captain, number 8, Lina Bautista just scored, pushing the goalie very wisely from the bottom and the shoulder.
With the
Nice
shoulder into
execution,
the back.
the head towards the wall. You know, a lot of players sometimes in the heat of the moment, and depending on the speed, sometimes you hit with your head, and sometimes effective, but you can hurt yourself and you can hurt the goalie.
It does work though, but
Yeah,
you hurt yourself.
Yeah, you hurt yourself. Yeah. So that was a very well executed attack from the bottom. Okay, we have now Canada coming toward the middle of the field, see if they can pass. The Spanish forechecking. They're not fighting in the middle. 3 Canadians, 3 Spanish. And Canada passed the line, but is missing now the next station. Recovered the ball, and let's see if they can pass. They need to be able to pass a little bit always forward, not too much to the side, so they gain distance a bit faster than this. Okay. We have now a
Here,
number
Elizabeth
99
Avery.
holding the ball, the captain.
Rose Elizabeth Avery for the Canadians.
The goalie just recovered the ball from the Spanish team and is in a counter-attack. And we have the goalie from the Canadian team still alone, but number 12 got into
the pass
position.
to
Let's
the
see what
left.
15
Pushing
against
up at
15.
against 15. Mirror matchup here. Elizabeth Girard versus Ana Escobar. But duel won by the Canadians here so far. The goalkeeper now alone on the basket. 3 Spanish players underneath the basket, but they cannot push up the goalkeeper. Well done here by the goalkeeper to defend against the attack of 3 players here.
What
There's
happened?
the call by the referee.
Penalty.
It's a penalty.
Apparently grabbing herself on the
Oh.
basket. Penalty against Canada.
Penalty, grabbing a goal.
I want to remind the audience that the Canadian girls are playing with 11 players. 11 players, and they had the last game yesterday at 5. So that's tough.
It's a tough schedule.
And they have 3 attackers only, and that's eventually make it really difficult because the attackers are the one responsible for a bit the forechecking above the goalie area where they are defending.
And supporting the goalkeeper.
Supporting the goalkeeper and the defender, and we see that sometimes not really happening. There are
It's
3 of them.
quite interesting. Most of the time, teams are opting to have 3 goalkeepers.
Yeah, and
having one
yeah.
goalkeepers play a bit more defensively, holding the air
Yeah.
back, and not supporting them too much in the attack.
Yes.
And rather have 4 forecheckers, because forechecking is such an intense position if you play it correctly. But the Canadians here opting for 4 goalkeepers, thinking that they will be in the defense most of the time and rather sacrifice the offense here and the goal scoring. Oh,
Emma
yeah, now
Green
there's
trying to defend that penalty. Number 12, Elisenda Andres scored for Spain in that penalty. That was, you know what is very, very important as a goalie in the penalty is you need to be always manage to be in between the ball and the basket. So that's supposed, I mean, that needs to be your...
It's the main objective.
Yeah, your, how you say, Ziel?
Highest priority, your
yeah,
target,
exactly.
your
Your
goal.
target, your goal, thank you, exactly. And
Thomas
so...
the Thesaurus.
So, and that's otherwise, yeah. If the attacker is good and fast, then that's difficult to achieve.
Yes.
Let's see, we have a
9 seconds to go in the first half.
that was a grab to
keep
the
it clear,
head.
but there's a grab. Yeah.
Great save by number 15, Elizabeth Girard Vecina.
There's
And
the end of the
the
first
first
half.
half.
Halftime break here. Spain against Canada in the 2019 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Graz, Austria. Kind of the game we expected, I would say, Lorena. I think the Spanish clearly the favorite team here. Canada coming to this tournament, 11 players is always not a good sign. So that's basically a squad of all the players available. Usually,
What do you mean not a good sign?
It's not a good sign to start a tournament like this with 11 players.
No, I mean it's
So
it's going
a
to be
sign that
hard.
a lot of either players are missing or that the nation doesn't have so many female players that are able to play in this level.
I understand, yes.
So Spain the
it's
favorite
challenging.
here. It's challenging for the Canadians to get into this tournament. So well done here by the Canadians so far. Spain leading with 5 points though in this game. And we'll see if the Canadians can hold on throughout the second halftime.
Okay, so we are back with Thomas. We were discussing, that the Canadian players had maybe 13, 14 hours of break between the last match and warming up here in the pool, and that's really not enough time to recover. And plus, they are with 11 players. On top of that, they have 3 attackers that maybe it's a very tiring position. Um, and so all of that adds together. We have Mighty Price saying it's so nice to hear some appreciation for the role of the attacker and how much hard work it is, the workhorses of the team. I have to be honest. I mean, this is the position I hate the most, to be an attacker. Everyone say, no, being a goalkeeper, I hate it because you have to be upside down. I'm like, no, I mean.
No, you're just lying down. It's comfortable.
Well, just like that. But yeah, but you're the last man. That is another psychological.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're alone and a lot of players coming towards you and it's just the opponent's color, it gets a bit stressing. But usually the forwards, those players who have to pulse up the entirety of the game as a goalkeeper and even as a defender, sometimes you can come back, you can lower your pulse a bit by staying back in the middle of the pool a little bit during the attacking game.
Well, but I mean, I know what you mean, that we like kind of rest a little bit, but that's why it's on us when we are defending. When the attackers got the ball, you need to lose yourself from the basket and get that ball in the middle. I mean, that's super, super important, and that's something that we are not seeing a lot here. Or they're diving a little bit straight up, maybe just 2 meters away, and that's not enough. I mean, this is a practice that you need to do in your head, because you always have the air to go a little bit farther, but of course you want to go up. The air is outside, above yourself, and Jorge Vargas said they have another game later today. Let me see, we have the schedule here. Yeah, the last one against Italy. Again, they are playing here between for the positions 9 to 14. Yes.
And it's also yet again only 10 hours, 9 hours in between the games, so there's barely any time to rest. Tough schedule here for the Canadian women.
Can you let me just 2 sentences in Spanish?
Go for it. Lorena, you have 3 per halftime. You didn't use your 3 in the first halftime, though.
Tenemos al equipo de España realmente haciendo una muy buena partida, van ganando 5-0, Aida no puede jugar porque bueno, tiene su hombro dislocado y ahora está mucho mejor, pero bueno, tiene que hacer reposo. Tuvieron un día de descanso, mientras que las canadienses no, tuvieron solamente 13-14 horas de descanso y están solo jugando con 11. España está siendo muy consecuente en recuperar el balón, nadar, hacer los contraataques de A2, A3 y atacar en olas. Realmente entran, tratan de generar presión, salen, si no funcionan van a la esquina, se vuelven a posicionar. Es un juego muy fluido el que estamos viendo de España, y Canadá está teniendo realmente problemas para hacer lo mismo. Okay.
Back into the second half here. Spain going for the ball and recovering in the middle and going straight to the Canadian basket, but being stopped here by a forward number 12 for Spain, Elisenda Andres. And now Spain moving on to the Canadian basket. The basket actually stolen away by the Spanish here. Now the Canadian goalkeepers try. Oh, well done here by the goalkeeper to stay in place in front of the player, stealing away the basket and snatching away the ball, but recovered again by the Spanish. Not an empty basket, trying to move in, but can get a neck hold here, but cannot put the ball down. And yet again, covered by Elizabeth Girard Vecina. Well done here by the goalkeeper. The basket stolen away immediately. Now there's the score for Spain. Giovanna Bautista.
The goalies in the Canadian team are doing a great job. I mean, they're saving a lot of balls, a lot of time. You see them recovering. I would say almost 1 or 2 out of 3 balls they recovered and they try to swim away, and that's really good performance.
Now Canada moving forward. The 32 Adriana Stella Sales de Barros. Tell me for the full name.
Spain just recovered the ball.
Recovering the ball. Going to number 8, Lena Batista, the captain, moving forward onto the Canadian basket. Canada trying to stop them. Number 29 here, Adriana Rodriguez. Now the defense in place here for Canada, but Spain positioning underneath the basket and moving in. A good pass here underneath the back of the goalkeeper, but cannot execute properly, can't push herself upwards immediately, but Spain here keeping the attacks coming, trying to move in, but a 1-on-2 situation. Usually not the best chance for a team to attack basket, but now the second wave here moving in.
Great catch from number 7, Chancy Marlene Trottier. Went directly for the ball, it didn't work out,
but
it was a
now only
good
goalkeeper that
try.
the defender doesn't see the attack coming from the head side, but the goalkeeper doing a good job holding on to the Spanish forward.
This is what we are missing. We are missing that the attackers do the forechecking above the goalie. The goalie has to fight again against the attacker from above, and it's really dangerous and tiring. And we have another score, I think was number 8. Did I see it? Or number 33? Oh, go. No,
Blue team score by
number
player
3.
number 33.
33, okay. 33.
Irene Arconada.
Irene Arconada.
Irene,
No,
sorry.
but good. No,
It's
no,
Irene
it's
in
good.
English. Irene. Yeah, and thinking about having 11 players, I mean, it's good for one game, and usually if you play a tournament over the course of a day, you can do it. It's
Yeah.
tough.
But for
this is a
8
World
days
Championship
yeah.
for 8 days.
Yeah.
And it really takes a toll on your body if you
Yes.
have only one player to exchange.
Because you are giving the maximum percent, 100% every day, every 12 hours. So the body needs longer to recover, really, for repairing all the muscles, you know, the cells, to cleaning all the waste, the lactate from the muscles, you know, and so it's tough. I mean, great job by Canada. And let's see, now they're trying to pull the ball in that cluster, but the ball fell, and now we have...
Moving on to the Canadian basket, coming in from underneath. Defender being pulled on one side, but good recovery here, but quite problematic often though. We see 2 forwards down underwater for the Canadians, and if they're in a position that they only have 3 forwards in general, the forwards as well as the defenders and the goalkeepers, they have to rotate. They can't be underwater at the same time, otherwise there's an opening for the opponent team. That's what teams are going for, to have an attack so strong. Both forwards have to be underwater, and then the second wave usually with the good chance to score going in just against the goalkeeper and the defender.
Yep. Ah, that's a pity. Now Spain recovered.
Number 5, moving forward with Ingrid Arias.
Wow, great pass over the head to the back. Was it very nice to see? And the Canadian captain has a little bit of shoulder. Oh, that was a grab on the head. That was not nice. Yeah, didn't work out.
Canada's defense in position though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
the goalie was really not being able to hold it anymore. And what was the number? Could you see number 9 or number 5? Couldn't see
properly.
But 20.
Blue team score by player number 9.
Okay.
Number 9, Nagore Lopez.
Nagore Lopez. Very good. You don't even have a break on the Canadian team because they also have a lot of Spanish names. Now we have the first...
Is there a timeout?
No, I don't see it.
No, just the captain.
Yes.
Just the captain arguing.
Then we happen again? You think so?
Oh, Canada reclaiming here that the Spanish have long fingernails and somebody's scratching apparently. So
yeah, let's see.
the referee will check the fingernails now of the team. Have another nail control here.
Yeah.
One of the most funny things to watch when playing underwater rugby is that everybody's gotta have their nails cut tight and clean because we are playing basically bare-skinned.
Yep.
And long fingernails
the water
can
doesn't
hurt
help.
a
It
lot.
makes everything soft, right? And we have to say that they did the equipment control the first day, and then not to waste time because we have such a tight schedule. Then they do random controls and more like a side control. They watch everything fine. So, but the fingernails you need to control every 2-3 days because they grow quick, and yeah. So Yeah, they know that every 3 days or couple of days they need to check again, just in case. Let's see. No, it didn't look like anyone was sent away.
Sometimes even short fingernails, if you're just
Yes, they're just
pinching,
yes. Some
they can
people
hurt,
have
and
very
it feels,
strong fingernails, and it feels like you have a long. Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Okay, back in the game.
10.5 minutes to play.
Jocelyn says that she thinks that the Canadian team is playing with only with 10.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
they are.
yeah.
Yeah,
Canada's only
good
playing
catch.
with 10
We didn't pay
players
attention
today.
to
the bench.
the bench. It's 4 players sitting there.
Looking only at the action on the water. That's even tougher.
Yeah, that's even tougher, and we don't know who is missing. Did you know, Jocelyn, who was not being able to play today? Which position or the player? Free throw for Canada.
Might do a numbers check here. See who you can find. Number 7 in. Number 12 also in. 49 in as well.
Thomas is doing an inventory of the Canadian team. Okay, and Spain recovered the ball, and it's in a counter-attack. But we have defender and goalie in position. Number 7, very, very much present on the water. I mean, it's really great job what she does. The goalies too. They're doing a very, very good job. And now we have a block. She's pushing a little bit without the ball, the Spanish player, but they're trying to attack over the close corner. Still in possession, still coming and passing above the defender. Very well passed, number 5. Just pull the goalie away. The goalie had no more air. And that was the gap. Number 5, Ingrid Arias, that just scored. Again, I think she has scored earlier today, 1 or twice already.
And she twisted the goalkeeper around, and there we can. Oh, the defender
very
moving
nice
up as well.
movement.
She can hook the ball into
really
the basket.
good. Okay, Jocelyn says that it looks like Diana Martinez, the number 10 of Canada, is not playing, and that would be a defender.
That's what I figured. I was looking for her.
It's a defender, so we have now 3 defenders, 3 attackers, 3
and 4 goalkeepers.
And 4 goalkeepers. Yeah, well, but in this case, it's probably needed.
Now back here into the Canadian half. Elisa Santa Maria passing the ball downwards to number 7, Laura Zambo. Ball circling now throughout the Spanish team. Canada moving forward. Anna Hammerson trying to get a hold of the ball. Defense in place. Number 21 checking as well. And I can see number 21, Jalene Alsager, goalkeeper, is actually playing forward. Goalkeepers playing forward today. They switched up positions, so they might have 3 goalkeepers in play and playing with 3 or 4 forwards.
Yeah, I just only see 15, 49, and 99 changing at the goalie. Huh?
Yep.
Rose, Emma, and Elizabeth. 21, I don't see the right.
Jalene Alsager is going for the forechecking here.
Yeah. Yeah, that she is.
I think that's a good call by the coach to switch it up like this.
Yes, it's important because you need to release a little bit, otherwise the attack on.
But now the attack's coming again underneath the bag. Number 3, Giovanna Batista trying to go for the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper here holding on very well. Number 49, Emma Jane Green. Getting no goalkeeper of the cap now in the basket. Rose Elizabeth Avery, but
we have 2 others. They
were.
That was pushing without the ball. That was And that's a pity when you commit this kind, because it was unnecessary. They had already 3 players. The goalie was almost alone. Yeah. So you need to be very careful when you do that.
The infraction wasn't even about to play with the ball. It was about to play without the ball.
Without the ball, I mean, I've done the same mistakes in the past, and you learn from it, because you really screw the opportunity of your team. So, okay. Jocelyn saying that apparently Diana got injured yesterday.
Oh,
Thank you. So 9-0 for Spain, 7 minutes, 48 seconds to go of the second half. Great match from Canada. They're really fighting and doing a great job. If you think they're playing with 10 players, the last match was 14 hours ago, and really very impressive. We have now the Spanish team coming over the open side, grabbing the neck. Didn't work. Tackle passed to Monse, that passed it farther to the middle, and now they're trying to attack again and try from above. They realize that from above they have less resistance a bit than from. I mean, they need to see, go above, and if it's not possible, they pass it down. They're doing a good job on attacking like that, the Spanish girls. And the goalie is having trouble. I mean, it was hard for her. She was calling the other goalie, but she managed to stay put. I mean, great job. That's also mental strength. Now we have two goalies. They're fighting almost among each other. And Spain fighting against the captain alone. The next goalie is having trouble to get into position. They are fighting, they're pushing without ball, but Canada recovered the ball and is now trying to hold it. Great job. It's a pity that they're catching breath. It's understandable that I cannot just be immediately there. They're having a lot of pressure from the Spanish team, and now we have the goalie on her own. Defender.
Can I say numbers on the Finns are excellent for picking up the players.
Yes. We have number 15 being pulled out. Great
well,
score.
Number 3 here for the Spanish, Elias Santamaria.
Elias, yeah. No, 33.
Was it 33? Okay, half your entire number on the Finns, girls.
Arconada. Very, very well.
But quite often you can't see the number of the back because the players are turning, but you can see the number of the Finns in this case.
Yes, the Finns are very, very good. Now Canada, I was about to ask, why didn't they take a timeout just to...
Half, yes. Yeah. If you're down by 2 players, you take a timeout anytime just to recover.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter if you need to give out some strategy, just to recover, get back some breath.
Yep.
Because you need it. You need it, most definitely.
Let's see. Colombo there for the Spanish team. The fan. It's the other way around, guys, please. Okay. The Spanish fans are next to the microphone there so we can hear them. Okay. So we have now game continues and Canada is coming. Where? What happened?
False start.
Okay, he didn't press the...
I think I start.
The referee is giving his opinion. Sometimes you're underwater and you don't hear the horn. Does it happen to you? For a while you're very concentrated, or also sometimes if your ears are like...
and some players actually...
Equalizing?
Yeah.
No, how you say
if you equalize the pressure with your ears, and then you can't hit the horn. But sometimes players, they just try to guess when the referee is starting the game to get a bit of a head start.
Yeah, that's true.
Sneaky tactics.
But I wouldn't say that's the Canada situation. I think so.
That's why when I'm refereeing, I'm usually not showing the signal button.
Yeah,
I'm
you put it on the
other
back.
hand and put the signal button on the back.
Yeah.
So the players can't guess when I'm pressing it.
Yeah.
Because you see
so
them,
you see
them looking at your hand.
Yes.
Now Spain moving forward on the Canadian basket again, but defender being in place here at the last moment. But the ball not being passed down into the corner, they're taking it out again. Coming in again, number 3 for Spain.
Elias
Santamaria. Laura Sambo. Their quick pass into the middle, but well interrupted here by the Canadians. Ball back to the surface. But immediately the Spanish going downwards again and trying to circle the goal of the Canadians here. We can see the Canadians holding on.
They're pushing without ball again.
Yeah.
Again, the same mistake, I think. We can't see the referee, but it was clear that the one.
Like free throw for Canada.
Yeah.
What free throw?
Yep.
goal.
Spanish fans. Now 5 minutes to go here in the second half time.
We
Spain
have
against
the
Canada.
caps. This is all about that here.
Yeah. Your name is kind of written on there, Lorena.
Pardon me?
Your name is kind of written on there forever.
Well, I had it at home like for over 2 months, so I could have maybe put it in somewhere.
Somewhere sneakily engraved it.
Like a graffiti. No, I did not.
Lorena Bianchi, Lorena Bianchi,
We were
Lorena
rotating the cup among us. Yeah. Okay. We have now Spain attacking, but look, really
waiting
great.
a bit too long. Great
how the
forechecking by
Canadians keep
They're
fighting,
holding
keep
on.
fighting. Really, I mean, what happened now?
Kicking, yeah.
Kicking for the.
Kicking of the defender.
One number 32. 2 minutes for kicking.
Adriana
There's a
Sales de
2-minute
Barros.
penalty.
But it.
Did you see it? I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't-
she was. Is this mixture between the
But
the
Colombian
yeah,
kicking?
the Colombian
Coca?
kicking. It's
It's a
this
swim kicking.
aletear. I don't know if
Yeah.
you have some of the
2 minutes for kicking. 22.
Colombian Canadians watching. What you call aletear is here very close to kicking, which is moving.
Now Canada needs to score every 30 seconds.
the legs,
That's the
yeah.
call. Yeah.
Keeping them away with your feints, but that's
And
well.
there's the score.
33, we have
Canada
Irene Arconada again, another score. She has scored at least 4 to 5 goals today, I think.
Sneaky move by the defender there, trying to catch some breath on the 2-minute penalty bench, but doesn't work. If the opponent is scoring immediately, you don't get to rest.
You know, it's a little bit confusing because she has 33 on her number, but she has 3 in the cap, in the, yep. So that's why we're always getting confused. And she has 3 in the,
Maybe there's some bands above the first 3 of the cap.
It looked like.
Yeah, quite often those double-digit numbers.
No, she had double digits, but the one, you're
And
right.
the Finns, the single digits on one on each Finn. But now Spain moving forward. Pass forward to number 12. Elisandra Andres. Can see them positioning underneath the Canadian goalkeepers. Well, good job by the Canadian goalkeepers yet again. Yesterday against the Austrians and as well here against the Spanish. The goalkeepers doing a fantastic job.
Yes, I mean, really, 2 against. And number 15, Elisabeth Girard Vecina, really was holding there, trying to paddle to keep herself down. And there were 2 Spanish players pushing the back, and eventually, well, you know, this much you can do. So.
And sometimes if you're a bit of an inexperienced goalkeeper and you're pushing yourself downwards, it feels like you're moving up a lot, but it's just a couple of centimeters and they can't actually put the ball in. But the reflex is to turn around and try to make those last second grab attacks. It actually would have been better off just keep on pushing because it's just 1 or 2 centimeters and you can hold it for 1 or 2 seconds longer and the defender might actually get in position. So
the problem is you have been doing it for now 20 something minutes, 22 minutes, so it's no longer, 27 minutes. Thank you. Let's see, we have now fighting the surface for the ball. 2 Canadians, 1 Spanish, and this ball fell. That's what's important. When you're fighting for the ball, let 1 player of your team there and just position down. I really think it's a waste of players to have more than 1. Yeah. Maybe in some exceptional situations, but most of the time, no, let it be.
Well done here by number 49 of the Canadians to Emma Jane Green. Keep the ball in ranks here, but she was twisting and turning around and to keep the ball in the possession of the Canadians, but then the ball at the end dropping downwards and Spain recovering it. Now again, Lina Batista, the captain, moving forward, passing forward to number 7, Laura Sambo, who is going for the Canadian basket, and she's getting some assistance here to right now 3 Spanish players move, 4 Spanish players moving for the Canadian basket. Going in number 3, Elias Santamaria, but then they have to move the ball outwards again.
Yeah, I mean, what the Spanish are doing well is that when they do the counter-attack or they come, they try to reach the goalie, even touch it a little bit, and then pass it. You know, go in and out, even if it's just for 1 second. It really creates a bit of pressure. Yep. Now we have them attacking from the close side,
And again,
I think was pushing without the ball.
Yep. Holding the
Holding.
ring. They were having her hands in and like
Yeah.
pressing herself towards the ring a little bit. You're not allowed to do that. Don't touch the goal.
We're holding the basket.
Danielle, okay, yes, I couldn't see. That's what I was assuming. She's saying that Danielle said that she was kicking with the heel, and this is kick in in Colombia, and what they use the how you call the blade of the fin. They call aletear. I know exactly that. We have the discussion every year in the Champions Cup, and eventually every now and then they get a penalty because
The problem is that paddling with the fins
Sorry.
can very fast convert into kicking with the heel.
yeah, it's a very fine line
Because
there.
if somebody's moving in,
Mhm.
they just get a slap with
Yeah.
the back. When you do the downwards movement with the fin, they get the kick with the heel.
Yeah.
So
No, I know that, you know, when you move the fins, but still it's I mean, when it becomes dangerous for the other player, that's where you make the infraction. And both, because you have the feet close to the face of the other player,
fingers
it's
and hands
just,
as well if you
yeah,
try to
so
grab
it's just
body.
dangerous, so that's why.
1 minute
But
to go
thank you
here.
for the explanation. I expressed myself
Also,
wrong.
the fiberglass fins are quite stiff compared to the old ones, the Stratos and the Ala we had before
Yeah.
that. So fins getting very hard
Yeah.
and very stiff.
To do that, because the Colombians, some of the Colombians players and some of these other players still use the Stratos. I'm surprised not to see everybody, you know, with
Fiberglass fins.
with the fiberglass fins.
They increase your speed
Yeah,
exponentially.
really. But I have to admit that for a goalkeeper, you need to have like a line sense to have, because you cannot maneuver on the goalie as quickly as when you will have other fins. You need to really learn how to put your feet.
Yep.
Otherwise, you are a little bit less malleable,
A
let's
lot
say.
of goalkeepers playing with the closed heel fins because they can apply pressure
Yeah.
differently. I do it as well.
I like the ones with the open heel, actually. Have number 5 attacking
Ooh,
number
attack on the head
15.
here though. Ball
Yeah,
dropped
well, she
down.
pulled from the arm. A little bit, the head got in there, but it was not directly. It was like a gray.
The gray area.
Yes, because it was not intentional. I think you could see it. Look, we
Yeah,
have the goalies rotating very, very well there. Great job by the Canadian girls. Look, have everybody on the water. That's getting dangerous because then eventually they're going to be all up.
They
Okay,
didn't want to get
let's see.
scored on once again. So
12-0 for Spain. And we are we still, this is the third match of the day, and 2 of the blue teams won, and the Italians broke the curse of the white teams, winning 3-0 against Canada.
well, Canada against Spain here, game number 3 of the day, 12-0 at the 2019 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Graz, Austria. Moving into the next game, then we have Great Britain versus Denmark.
By the women also, that are fighting for positions 9 to 14.
Denmark out of the finals now. They lost yesterday to Sweden by 1-0.
Who?
Denmark.
Denmark, the women.
On the women's side, and now they're playing for the places 9 to 14.
Yes.
I think a little bit unexpected for the Danish women here. I think
I
they were expecting
think, yeah.
to move upwards and
Actually,
go for
after
the
what
finals.
I've seen in the Champions Cup, the Amaga girls winning 3rd place with 7, I thought that maybe they could have been able to put a bit of... Yeah, as I would repeat, we have the quarterfinals game are going to take place today, and we have Germany against Austria, Finland against Australia, Colombia against Turkey, Norway against Sweden for the women team. We have now 7 minutes to the next start of the game, and should you do like interview, or I think I interviewed yesterday Spain. No, the day before was that when that happened. Okay, I have Iris Balcázar from the Spanish team. You have done a great match. You were playing from the positions 9 to 14 against Canada. Tell me, what was the tactics you discussed that you wanted to have in this game? Did it work out? What were the difficulties you found against the Canadian team? Let us know your experience, your feelings.
For us, it was especially hard these days to manage to do proper attacks, which means going up to the almost last line and being able not to lose it, because we were like missing the passes and so on and not being there like 2 or 3 people at once. So for this game, we were trying extra hard to do that, and it actually was working, so we got extra motivated with it, and then everybody was going in. It was very cool. So yeah, and we also played a sparring game at the beginning of the tournament against Canada to train and so on. And we kind of saw a bit the dynamics. We knew that if we were swimming fast, we would probably be able to pass them by, though they were on the position all the time. So I guess they also saw that we were fast, so they were doing this defense or counter enough behind. So yeah, that was. I was especially counting on being able to just like arrive and maybe one or none, and there was always someone. So that was a good defense from Canadian team, I guess. And yeah, they were like down there and passing and so on. So yeah.
I think the Canadian team had done an excellent job. There were 10 players. You know that the last game, yes, because one got injured. So and they played the last game 14 hours ago. I mean, you had 1 day pause. So it's really fantastic. And then we saw how consequent they were defending, but we also saw your flow of the game was really nice. You always came with 2, with 3. You attack from above. You passed it to the right. You went in and out. It was really nice to see that game on your side. We were a little bit concerned because we know Aida couldn't play, and we did not know how was this emotional. It was a very emotional game when you lost against Turkey 3-0 on that day. So, but I think you could recover, and probably you are all fighting for Aida too to make it better. So, what is your next game? You know already?
Yeah, we're playing tomorrow against Italy at noon. I don't know, 1 or something like that. I'm not sure. And then the last one we don't know yet, but on Friday for sure.
Thanks so much. Okay. Bye.